Call to order the regular meeting of the Hanwell Rural Community for December 17th, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda, please?
I, Councillor Heisler, move to approve the agenda.
I, Councillor Mackenzie, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Contrary minded? No. Motion carried. Thank you. Consent section, could I get a motion, please?
I, Councillor Heisler, move to adopt the consent section with the removal of the Upper Kingsclear Fire Department report to be moved to business arising 7A.
I, Councillor DeCleva, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Contrary minded? Motion carried. Thank you. Any disclosures tonight, Council?
Yeah, I have a conflict of interest with item number 8A.
Councillor Fox.
Yep. Any others? All right, moving on to item 5, we have no public input or inquiries that I'm aware of. Presentations, petitions or delegations, we have nothing there. So, sorry, we do. Item A, CRSC, Land for Public Purposes Matters and Heights Subdivision 2024-1. So we need a motion. Six A.
I, Councillor Dooley, moved that the rural community of Hanwell,
Do you know what?
sorry,
There's multiple options, right?
I'm going to back off on that one.
Okay, I've looked it over in advance, and I actually have a motion I'd like to try in this. I don't know where it's gonna go, though. I, Councillor Mackenzie, move that the rural community of Hanwell request land of up to 8% of the total area of the lots be sold. In the case of this proposed subdivision, up to 2,198.56 square meters of land to be dedicated to the rural community of Hanwell.
Have a seconder?
I, Councillor Dooley, will second that.
Okay, the only question we might have, are we gonna go with this one, or are we gonna go with the cash instead?
So the motion was for this, so.
Okay.
Yeah, but then we just need to have a
Any
discussion.
questions, comments, discussions?
Would we not discuss it before we vote?
It's on the floor.
It's in discussion
Yeah,
right
we're not
now.
voting yet, we're discussing right now.
Yeah.
It's seconded, so it's on the
The
floor.
second is, yes, it's on the floor. That's where we can decide if
Yep.
we want to vote for this motion or not, and then if we didn't want to, then we'll vote for the other.
Exactly.
Propose the other. Okay. Has anybody gone to look at it besides me?
No.
Has anybody gone to look at this lot besides me?
No.
Okay. I did go look at it. I know that I was were told that we might be interested in having it for a park and for a pond and whatever. Unfortunately, I didn't get there before it snowed. But I did have a fairly good look at it. And realistically, I don't think it's a pond. I don't think there's any water in it. I don't think you could ever, it's a swamp. It's meant for drainage, and it comes down the hill. I'd like to have seen it actually without snow, just to see what the other surrounding land is by it, but there was no water in that photo that they showed, and there are two large culverts at the end of it, so I don't envision, except maybe in the spring, that there ever is any water in it. So that's why I was hoping that other people might go have a look at it before we made a decision. I guess my thought on it is that it's not a pond, and I don't think we'd ever use it for that. But I would be interested to know, to have had a better look at it, and to see if it has any potential for anything else, later on. But like I say, it had already snowed by the time I got there, so I couldn't get a good feel for it, to be honest.
Councillor Heisler?
My understanding, though, is even if it's not a pond, there is still an easement, an NV Power easement on it that makes it not really usable for what we would
Yeah,
want.
that was what was pointed out by the Service Commission.
That's right, that's my understanding. So I'm comfortable with this motion as it is right now.
I guess my question, but probably none of us can answer it, I would have been interested to hear from the landowner, why, if this was private property and that drainage area was put on it, and if there's also an NB Power easement on it, why was it not, why is he still owning it? Like, why is he basically stuck with it? Why would they not have either expropriated it or bought it from him? The provincial government not have taken it on. Like, I don't think it's really right that it's now still privately owned, yet he has all these restrictions on what he can do with it.
Councillor Fox?
I guess for me, because of the restrictions that are on it, I can't see us being able to do much with it either. So, I think I'd rather just take the money instead of the land.
Okay, Councillor Leclerc?
I'm not in favor of the land. I don't really know enough about the land or understand how we can use it. I mean, I get that land is useful, but I don't get the impression that there's a lot of land available here. I'm not sure I understand where the 8% would come from, I guess, if there's land that has a road and land that has potential easements. I guess I don't know enough maybe, but I don't feel comfortable saying that the land is gonna be appropriate either, so I'm not really, I don't know like how to, I don't know that it's an expectation though that we go view land, like I don't know, I feel if there's options, we sort of should be presented with like what's what, like I don't know how, from my perspective, my expertise is not land, so I don't know what's good land or bad land, and from the sounds of what we've been presented with, I just don't understand how the community would use that land, I guess, so.
Yeah. Councillor Mackenzie?
I previously have made my point, my views on this clear. I would thought that anytime we have land for public purposes, I prefer to see the land instead of the money. And regardless of what the potential use could be, even if we might just put a bench on it, or use it as, rezone it as conservation area, I'd be happy with that too, perfectly, quite frankly. And I'm fine with the motion that I suggested.
Councillor Dooley?
I'm with Darren. Councillor Mackenzie on that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I make one comment?
Sure.
Sorry, I thought it was 8% for monetary, not for land. So I'd rather be the monetary than the land, just to clarify.
I think that's what was recommended by the Service Commission, wasn't it? That the land, they said the land wasn't really much land that we had a use for. So they recommended that we take the 8% cash rather than land.
Could I make, actually, just one other comment, which I just thought of now, thinking about Darren's point. We've been looking at it as, can we make it a park, can we do whatever. I tend to believe with, to kind of going along with the idea of Darren and Jared, that possibly in the future, that this land may not be necessarily valuable for that type of thing, but for conservation, or for if there's some kind of an issue on that land that we would like to deal with, then we would at least control it. So it might not be a bad idea to have that land like it. I'm kind of seeing their point.
Any other questions, comments? Lee?
Oh, yeah.
Lee?
Councillor Mackenzie.
Councillor Tubbs?
Credit Kraus, sorry.
No, I agree with Councillor Mackenzie.
Say it again?
You hear me?
Yep, I heard you.
I didn't.
Yep.
Okay, no,
Councilman Ken.
Yeah, he agrees.
Oh, okay, 'cause I was kind of broken up, I couldn't hear, I agree with someone, so I couldn't hear it.
Right.
So the motion that's on there is we take up to 8% of the total area of lots to be sold. Does that ties into taking the particular piece of property that they offers, or can we ask for other land?
No, well,
Sure, that would be negotiated with the seller.
Because I mean, we usually pick the land we take, right?
no, you'd negotiate it, you wouldn't just go in and say, I'm gonna take, your nicest
Yeah.
piece of land.
That's
It's
what I'm
like,
saying.
You can ask.
you can ask.
You can ask, but it's
But like a lot of developers, if they have to give land to the community, they give trash land, that's not much good for anything other than a green space or something like that. That's a lot of the reason why they take the cash instead of the land. So,
Well,
And fine with that.
pardon?
So we rezone it as conservation, I'm fine with that.
yeah, no, I wouldn't, I'd feel very uncomfortable going around saying that you know, we don't want this piece, but we're gonna take another
Yeah.
piece of yours, and then, well, we had that came up before, one other time, and when we said that, and they just said, no, they didn't subdivide actually in the end.
We asked for that one, we asked for land, and they wouldn't give us any land.
Yeah.
We didn't ask for any particular land. If we just asked for land
We
instead,
had a particular
Yeah, we had
spot
a
in there.
particular- yeah, we
It was
did.
written, it was
Yeah,
in the diagram.
It was in the
It
diagram,
was.
yeah,
They had allocated a certain amount.
yeah.
okay, so any more questions or comments? We'll
Okay.
move on and take
So,
a vote.
all right, so the motion is for the land, right?
Correct.
Okay,
So, start with Deputy Mayor Jonah.
I vote yes.
Councillor
Nay.
Heisler.
Nay.
Councillor Fox. Councillor DeClaven.
Nay.
Councillor McKenzie.
Yes.
Councillor Dooley.
Yes.
And looks like.
Councillor
Councillor Lee.
Chris.
What was the question again, sorry?
It's to take up to 8% of the land.
Or we go with
Okay.
cash instead.
Yeah. What was?
Or we don't go with this motion, we go with
No,
another
this
motion.
motion is for land. What's your vote, Lee?
I'd rather take the money because the drainage pond up there isn't worth anything to us.
Okay, so he doesn't want to take the land,
So that's nay.
so that's a nay. So
That's
we have
4-3.
4 nays and 3 yeas, so the motion is defeated.
Democracy, that's all.
Now, moving on to the other motion, which I noticed is for land for public purposes, it's a combination of part land, part cash, and the following amounts. I don't see a motion there for land or for cash alone. Or am I
It's the one
missing
up
something?
at the top.
It's just
The top first page.
Yeah, it's an 8%,
There we go.
up to,
So let's go with that motion next then. Item, that's 6A, land for public purposes, the very first one in red.
And Councillor DeCleva moved that the rural community of Hamwell request an amount per each proposed lot as shown in the table included to be paid for land for public purposes.
Seconder,
Councillor Fox, second.
any questions, comments?
I guess my only question was, I think I know the answer, but at one point the numbers were wrong and they were going to be corrected before this meeting. These are the proper,
The square meter numbers were
Yeah,
wrong.
the,
Right.
the land number.
But
See
the land
correction-
was,
Correction came into that by email,
It was only for the land, it was
Yeah.
not for the
amendment.
amount.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments? No? Okay, I'll start the vote again. We'll call for the vote this time. I'll start with Deputy Mayor Jonah.
no,
Councillor Heisler.
yay.
Councillor Fox.
Yay.
Councillor DeClaven.
Yay.
Councillor McKenzie.
No.
Councillor Dooley.
no.
Councillor Kraus. Councillor Kraus.
What was this one for?
For
I'm
the,
just having a hard time hearing, that's
yeah,
all.
the cash instead of land,
The cash, yeah.
the cash. So that's 4 in favor of the cash and 3 in favor of the land, so this motion is carried. Okay, item 7, business arising from the consent section is the Upper Cleveland City Fire Department report. And we have Mr. Johnson with us tonight, so I'll give him the podium.
As you can see, roads are getting slippery. There's quite a few accidents on last month's report, so take it easy. Any questions?
No.
No questions, comments?
no.
All those in favor of,
Oh, hasn't moved yet? I, Councillor McKenzie, move to receive the fire department report for November.
seconded?
Councillor Fox, second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion,
Aye.
anybody opposed? Motion carried, thank you.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
You don't have to run away if you don't want to, that's that.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah, many words.
Okay, item 7B, amendment to remuneration bylaw 28-2022, third reading. I need a motion, please.
Okay, I, Councillor McKenzie, move that amendments to bylaw 28-2022, a bylaw respecting the remuneration, got it, of mayor and councillors be given its third reading by title in full and enacted.
I, Councillor DeCleva, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried, thank you.
Bylaw respecting the remuneration of mayor and councillors pursuant to subsection 10.2 of the Local Governments Act, SNB 2017, C18, amendments thereto and regulations adopted thereunder. The Council of the Rural Community of Hanwell hereby enacts as follows. Purpose, a bylaw for the rural community of Hamwell in the province of New Brunswick for the purpose of establishing the remuneration of council for rural community of Hamwell. I'll get that eventually. Number 1, title, this bylaw may be recited as the remuneration bylaw. 2, remunerations to council members. As of January 1st, 2026, A, the annual salary of the mayor will be $47,300. B, the annual salary of the deputy mayor will be $21,285. C, the annual salary of councillors will be $18,920. D, the salary shall be paid in equal monthly installments on the 25th of every month. 3, annual adjustment. On the first day of January 2026 and in each and every year thereafter, the salaries by resolution of council will be adjusted by an annual amount equal to the average increase in the consumer price index, the CPI, for New Brunswick plus 2% recorded for the immediately preceding following or calendar year. 4, expense reimbursement. Outside of rural community regular business, any councillor designated as a delegate or any kind of representative authorized by council shall have lodging reimbursed in accordance with the invoice or receipt brought back by the council member. In addition, he or she shall be reimbursed for travel expenses at the current provincial rate per kilometer when authorized by council. B, the per diem for mayor, deputy mayor, and councillors for missing salary from regular employment shall be $300 when authorized by council. 5, attendance. A, absences shall not be considered as having a valid excuse unless 1, they are approved in advance or at the next regular meeting of council, and 2, notice must be provided to the clerk. B, per section 51G of the Local Governance Act, if any member of council or the mayor is either 1, absent from the local government by not attending any meetings or participating in interactions with the rest of council for more than 2 months at a time, or 2, absent from 4 or more consecutive regular meetings of council without either having an illness or prior approval of council, then that person shall be removed from office and the seat shall be declared vacant. C, council members must attend a minimum of 80% of all regular rural community council meetings and 60% of all special meetings, emergency meetings, and committee of the whole meetings with a start time of 7 p.m. unless they have a valid excuse approved by the majority of council. Any member who attends less than 80% of the regular meetings of council and less than 60% of all special meetings, emergency meetings, and committee of the whole meetings over a 12-month period, including crossing a calendar year, shall be penalized by having an amount equal to the percentage of absences deducted from his or her salary for the remainder of the current calendar year. D, all meetings of council shall begin at 7 p.m. Meetings scheduled at other times will not be counted towards any percentage quota. 6, amounts owing. A, any newly elected or re-elected mayor or member of council that has any amount owing to the rural community, as an example, but not limited to, outstanding fines, expense items, loans, rental fees, and or other expenses, must pay the owed amounts to the rural community prior to being awarded payment of their remuneration. B, if the amount owed is not repaid, the monthly remuneration will instead be given to the rural community as for as many months as required until all owed expenses are paid in full. And 7, enactment. In case of conflict between this bylaw and the Local Governance Act, the latter shall prevail. This bylaw will come into effect on the date it was enacted therefrom. And in case anyone is wondering where 5B came from, it is literally word for word out of the Local Governance Act. That was updated, changed slightly in the most recent update. That is a bylaw respecting the remuneration of mayor and councillors.
Thank you, Councillor McKenzie, well done.
Before we go any further, Councillor Kraus, what was your vote? Because I didn't hear it. Sorry, Councillor Kraus, could you hear his vote?
What was that?
For the remuneration bylaw, what did you vote? Did you vote?
I vote
Or nay?
yes.
Okay,
Yay.
because I couldn't hear it.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, moving on, item 8, new business, item 8A, Coles Night of the Year, one-stop sponsorship.
See ya.
Can I get a motion, please?
Whereas the Coldest Night of the Year event is a fundraiser for the John Howard Society of Fredericton for their work with people experiencing hurt, hunger, and homelessness, I, Councillor Hyslop, Move that the council directs and authorizes the clerk to pay $1,000 to the coldest night of the year for rest stop sponsorship from the 2026 operating budget.
I, Councillor Dooley, second.
Any questions, comments?
Yeah, I guess I would like to ask some questions. Do we have, how much money have we got left in our, this is the end of the year.
We can't use this, there's no money that can be spent currently, so this is for next year. So we have to, we're sending the
okay.
money, yeah. We already made a donation to this for $2,500.
When did we do that?
Last council.
I sent it in,
In the package.
it was in the package.
In the package.
Under the CAO's report.
Well, yes, and I thought that's what we were doing, but then I wasn't sure if it had, because I knew we talked about this in September, or whenever, September, October. And then I asked Tim if we had done it, because I
We just did it.
okay, because he
Yeah.
hadn't received it yet, because we had been, because that's why I was asking way back in September or October, because see, $2,500 as a sponsorship would make us a supporting sponsor, and we would be getting the advertising involved with that. And that's when I first noticed it, because when I went to some of their events, and we weren't down as a supporting sponsor, which is what I thought we were going to do. But, so we've already put in, or,
Yeah, we should be there as a sponsor.
We
but you, if you made it as a donation as opposed to a sponsorship, then they may not have understood.
okay, so it was made as a donation because we did not.
Yeah,
Well-
that was kind of,
I guess as long as we gave them the donation, that's the biggest part.
well, that's the biggest
Yeah.
part, but,
Yeah.
but the hope had been is that we would be a
Yeah, it'd be
supporting
nice to see
sponsor.
Hanwell's name up there as a sponsor.
Well, yes, and that, because we brought that up last spring after we gave it a fair bit last year and didn't get recognition for it, except at the very end. And we won't again this year either then, unfortunately.
Just for the rest stop sponsor, there will be a name and logo. for that,
Yeah, but it's not the same
Not the
as,
same.
it's not the same at all. So what could we do about that? I realize nothing for now. If we've already made our donation, I'm sure we can't change it to
We
a,
could send them a letter and ask that it be changed to a sponsorship rather than a donation.
I wonder if we could, that would be great.
That's something we should look into then. I think
Yeah.
That's what we should
Well,
do.
maybe when Tim comes back, we could
Because there's
ask
still
him.
time, they can do their.
Yeah, maybe they
their
can, that'd be
signs and
wonderful.
stuff up. That's a good, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
All right, let's do that. So then we're talking for next year. So then I'm just wondering now in relationship to this donation, should we plan for next year then to also be a supporting sponsor? So could we do the 2,500 again for next year?
We can do that next year.
But we have a
Or
motion.
you can change this motion to say the amount that you want, because it's for 2026.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I wonder if we can change our motion to do that. And then we don't have to go.
You would
worry
have to
about it
have
again.
an amending motion.
Should that be amended because it's already been seconded?
Yeah,
Question though, this is for the rest stop sponsorship, isn't there two different things?
It is.
yeah, if you look in your little template, see this is all,
Yeah.
No, but that's what I mean, isn't it two different motions that would be needed then?
well, we wouldn't,
One is for the rest stop sponsorship and one is for the other one?
well, we probably wouldn't do the rest stop. If we're gonna put in 2,500, we wouldn't put in 3,500.
No,
But that's what we
So-
did,
Well,
isn't
so
that
then-
what we did last year?
no, we just did 2,500
We
last
put,
year.
no, and
No.
we did 1,000 in January
Okay,
as a rest stop sponsorship, and we just recently donated 2,500.
That's
at the
right.
end of
so
the
we
year.
have put in 3,500.
Yeah.
Well, we could. I mean, if we have the money and we, you know, it's certainly a good cause. I
Yeah,
don't
it does affect the whole area, so.
Oh, sure does. Well, I mean, I'm not opposed to doing that.
Councilor McKenzie?
But we've already donated the 2,500, we could just, like we just talked about, ask them to change that from a donation to a sponsorship. For the 2,500 we've already done,
Right?
And
Right.
then
continue
later,
with the 1,000 for the sponsorship, stop sponsorship for next year, for,
Well,
right, for both, so we would
so
be
we'd still
doing
be doing both.
3,500
So we're doing
in
3,500
total.
in
Yeah.
total, but it'd be two different,
Right.
both things.
but what we could also do, if we wanted to, because we don't need to be a supporting sponsor and a rest stop sponsor. We could, I mean, we could,
Could,
but we could be the supporting sponsor and then make a donation of $1,000 and switch them around. I mean, it all, 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
But there's signs on the rest stop deal too, isn't there? So
There
we-
is, there's
we
signs
get our
on the
sign
rest
up on
stops,
both.
yeah.
yeah,
It helps, gives Hanwell some recognition.
Yeah, and it gives recognition in two places. If we're giving,
Yeah.
if we're giving that much money, we
As
might
long
as
as we're
well.
getting the money, I guess.
Yeah, then we might as well do recognition too. I mean, I'm good with either way, yeah. We could be both, I guess.
we could just ask them to
Maybe
change
ask
the other
them.
one to a
Yeah,
sponsorship.
I mean, we could vote for it
That
and,
should be an easy fix.
Yes.
and just talk to Tim when he comes back in, because he knows.
We can talk to them after the meeting.
After the meeting, yeah, because he knows all the ins and outs. I know, I've been this 3 years and I'm still kind of catching on to how everything works, so. No.
Okay, any other questions, comments?
Oh, I'm good with, for 3,500.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh,
I think it was, no, I
All
said.
those contrary minded?
He said aye.
Aye.
No, I can't tell what you said.
All those contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you, council. Okay, item 8B, and we can go get Tim. He can come back in and join us.
He's probably at the Yoho meeting by now. He's running Yoho Lake by this point.
Councillor Fox.
Come back.
Timmy, come back.
He just
There was
left.
somebody else that walked by.
He's
Anyway.
in there eating the cheese and crackers.
We'll just wait a second.
Just wait a couple seconds.
8B. Oh, there we go.
He's on his way. Okay, item 8B, year-end transfers to capital reserves. Can I get a motion, please?
Oh, where are we here? Okay,
Year-end transfers B.
Your intentions, oh yeah, good. Okay, the first one?
Yep.
All right. Be resolved that the council of the rural community of Hamwell contribute $460,000 from the general operating fund to the general capital reserve fund as the year-end surplus for 2025.
Have a seconder.
Councillor DeCleva, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you. Second motion.
Okay, be it resolved that the council of the rural community of Hamwell contribute $100,000 from the general operating fund to the general operating reserve fund as part of the year-end surplus for 2025.
Aye, Councillor McKenzie, second.
Questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, thank you. Item 8C, unused vacation, can I have a motion, please?
Councillor duly moved to permit staff to carry over any unused vacation on the condition that they be used before April 1st, 2026.
I was like,
I saw that too.
I, Councillor Fox, second.
I'd have read that way too, probably.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you, council. Item 9, proclamations, we have none. 10, upcoming activities, we have none. Item 11, closed session, matter pursuant to section 68-1D of the Local Governments Act. So I need a motion to go into closed session, please.
I, Councillor Highslip, move to go into closed session.
Seconder,
Councillor DeCleva, second.
all those in favor of moving into closed session, please signify by saying aye.
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 Contrary minded? Motion carried. We're now in closed session. Motion to go into closed session?
I, Councillor Highslip, move to come out of closed session and go into open session.
Seconder,
I, Councillor Dooley, second.
all those, any questions, comments?
No.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays? No nays? We are now in open session. Okay, so basically we have the date, time, and location of next meeting, which is regular council meeting, council chambers, January 21st, 2026 at 7 p.m. And before we ask for an adjournment, I want all council and staff to wish our residents a Merry Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I, Councillor Highslip, move to adjourn.
Meeting adjourned at, what is it?
8:40, 8:50.
7:50.
7:50.
7:50.